I'm documenting my pregnancy journey. Today's video is my 18th and 19th week pregnancy update. I know it's late, you guys. I'm sorry, but I have been struggling. I have been struggling so bad. I've been struggling, you guys. Before I get into the video, I am in baby Bo's nursery and I'm gonna be rocking. I cannot bring myself to set up lights and stuff right now, so I hope the lighting is okay and this setup is okay for right now. But you guys, listen, it's just been a whole lot going on. Okay, I'll start with my 18th week of pregnancy. So the 18th week was pretty fine. I just had like round ligament pain or whatever. My headaches had subsided, and I told you guys that I had a follow-up appointment for my OB about my tumor, and I was going back to see if I need to get an MRI and all that stuff. Well, prior to that appointment, the doctor never sent me to the lab to have my prolactin checked or anything like that. She just told me to come back and then we would kind of go from there. So when I got to my next appointment, it was supposed to be with the doctor who scheduled the follow-up, but it was with a whole nother doctor, a part of the same group. And I was her first patient that she's seen with a prolactinoma, so she wasn't well versed in it, and I was glad that she was very honest about that. She did ask if I was already being seen by an endocrinologist and stuff, or if anybody was treating me for it, and I let her know that I did have one that I really love, and she felt comfortable enough to kind of partner with that doctor and for me to kind of continue with the original appointment that I've had since July with my endocrinologist to do a follow-up, just check in on my prolactinoma. That's for next month in January. But she did want to get my prolactin checked because she was concerned that nobody has checked it since I had conceived. And yeah, nobody had checked my prolactin at all. I've had my thyroids checked. Everything was fine. I classified as subclinical hyperthyroid because while my regular thyroid, I think my T3, T4 is normal and my TSH is abnormal or something like that, and that kind of classifies you as subclinical if all of your levels aren't abnormal. So she sent me to the lab for blood work just to get my prolactin levels checked to see if my levels were over 400 or anything like that. I haven't gotten those results back yet because things just kind of took a turn. I did let her know about the pains that I was experiencing and how I had tightening in the 18th week of pregnancy, and then the whole appointment just kind of turned to, I think you're having preterm, you're showing preterm labor symptoms. And so it was just kind of like, whoa. I wasn't prepared. I thought I was coming in for a quick appointment, and now you're kind of throwing something new at me or whatever. So she went ahead and did an ultrasound to check Bo. Everything was fine with him. Baby boy is in there chilling, you guys. He is just fine. His heart rate was 156 at that appointment. Okay, I told her, 2 days later, she told me if I had any other symptoms with the tightening, the lower back ache, and like the pain in my pelvis, to just kind of come into labor and delivery triage so that I can be seen. She wants me to come regardless, just to be on the safe side of things so that, everything is cool, like she wants to make sure everything is, no labor is starting for me pretty much. So I let her know, like, okay, if anything happens between that appointment on Wednesday and my anatomy scan on Friday, that I would come in. So nothing really happened. I still just had the pelvic pain or whatever, but I didn't have really much of anything else going on. And so Friday, I went in for my anatomy scan. Everything went fine. This was all in my 18th week of pregnancy still. So I went in for my anatomy scan, and I had to go to maternal fetal medicine for my anatomy scan. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. Baby boy was very cooperative, even though he was pretty busy. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my washing machine going. The laundry closet is right outside the nursery, and I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, so I do apologize. But I did my anatomy scan. All is well with Bo. He looked good. He's measuring a week and 1 day ahead of, well, then I had just turned 19 weeks. Yeah, so on that Friday, I turned 19 weeks exactly when I went and got my anatomy scan. And on that scan at 19 weeks, Bo was measuring 20 weeks in 1 day. So he was fine. The doctor at maternal fetal medicine did say that as long as they're within a 10-day range of measuring ahead, everything is fine. If not, it'll kind of spark some concern. Everything was fine with Bo. They checked my cervix they did an ultrasound to check my cervix. Everything was fine with my cervix then. There was no concern for any preterm labor or anything. And let me go back to my appointment, my original appointment that week at OB. They did also give me a suppression belt to kind of lift and hold my stomach up and stuff to kind of see if that would help. It helped a little bit, but it wasn't like super duper helpful. And they said that, but also the belt that I got, they only had a size small or a size large. There was no medium. I'm usually a medium, so I felt like it was a little too tight. They said it was fine, but I was just like, it's really tight on me, but I was trying to wear it anyway. So that was it. Pretty much that Friday I turned 19 weeks, and that was it. So after we left my anatomy scan, we were very happy, and we were just on cloud nine, getting all our good news. Like, my genetic testing came back normal for baby and all that stuff, and he's healthy and measuring ahead. They said he weighed about, they don't know exactly how much he weighs, but like in their system, I guess it estimated that he weighed about 11 ounces at that appointment at 19 weeks exactly. And we were just happy again to be able to see him. So we left that appointment and went to, where did we go? Oh, we left that appointment, we went to IKEA. I had no intentions of walking all of IKEA, I can guarantee that. All I wanted was I wanted to go and get 2 shelves for his books for the nursery from IKEA, and then Dion wanted to go to Target so that we could get my rocker glider that I'm in now and the crib. But the first Target we went to said they had it, but they didn't have it in the stock room or anything. And then we went to Burlington Coat Factory, and then we went to another Target. And it was just, I was just moving a lot that day. So on 19 weeks 1 day, I pretty much just helped Dion with, when I say helped, I wasn't doing any heavy lifting at all. I was literally just kind of like holding pieces up while he kind of got it together. Or he was holding apart while I was just screwing something in. But it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything strenuous, I guarantee you. So he was pretty much putting this glider together and the crib together, which is, I'm looking at it now. He was putting everything together, and that day everything was fine. At 19 weeks 2 days, I was in a lot of pain. I was just in so much pain. It hurt to walk really bad. So like with round ligament pain, I feel like a lot of people don't talk enough about it. It hurts, and I was like, how did it go away? And then now all of a sudden I'm in just this excruciating pain where like every step I take, TMI, it would send like sharp pains down into my girdle and down, and which would go to like my groin or whatever. So like everybody's like, you waddling and stuff already? And I'm just kind of like, I'm not exactly sure when that part is supposed to happen, but I can tell you that my lower back ache, my pelvis ache, and I'm having like, it hurts to walk. Literally everything just hurts. My body feels like it weighs like 50 extra pounds right now. Like I was in pain. So I just pretty much laid around all day on that Sunday. Monday rolled around, I did the same thing. I was just like, maybe I just really did too much walking around IKEA and doing too much on Friday, and this is Monday. And so I was like, okay, let me just kind of rest and relax myself. Everything is hurting real bad, but I don't feel like there's any tightening going on like they described for contractions or anything. I noticed that I had diarrhea on that Monday, and then Tuesday rolled around, I'm still in pain. And like, so like Tuesday I pretty much like slept all day. I can't, I pretty much at this point have been in the bed for 3 days straight. And I try to stay active and stuff on some form of social media. And when I'm active on Instagram, it kind of posts to Facebook or whatever. So I was still able to interact with those of you who like follow me on other social media platforms and stuff. But I was struggling. I was just miserable. I was down. Like I had a hard time, you guys. And then Tuesday night is when things just kind of took a plummet and just kind of got worse from there. So Tuesday night, because I had slept all day, I was kind of up later. Dion had went to bed already, and I went to, so this was 19 weeks, 4 days. So 19 weeks, 4 days. I went to use the restroom late night, early morning, and my urine didn't look like it usually does. And then that kind of just caught me off guard, because I know that I'm pretty much at the halfway mark right now in pregnancy. But after you've experienced loss, you just cannot help it. I look at the tissue every time I wipe, and I always check the toilet before I flush. Like, I don't flush sitting down. I need to stand up and look and see what's going on in the toilet before anything happens. So my urine just didn't look like normal, or what is normal for me. Usually is clear to very, very, very light yellow, very transparent. And this kind of had a tint to it that looked very funny to me. And Dion, my husband, gets up at usually 2:33 every morning. And at this point, it was like midnight, 1 o'clock. And I was like, look, he gotta wake up. I was like, Dion, I had him wake up, get out of the bed, and come to the bathroom to look at my urine. And I was like, is this what it looks like to have blood in your urine? Is this what, do you think this is what it looks like? He was like, no, it looks fine to me. He was trying to go back to bed, and I was like, it's not normal for me. So what I did was it was about 1 o'clock, because I ended up just drinking a bottle of water or whatever, because these days it's like I can't get enough water. And then too, I wasn't getting a lot of sleep either when I was sleeping. Tuesday I did a lot of sleeping, but prior to that, I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. When I lay down, like, everything just hurt. And so I couldn't really get comfortable anywhere either. So I was just kind of sitting up on the couch or whatever, watching Netflix and Hulu and stuff. And then when I drank a whole bottle of water within the hour. And then I went to the bathroom again. And I know that it, like, timestamps, like, I know it was an hour apart, because I took pictures of it, because I'm like, this doesn't look normal to me. And if you've been on a TTC journey and you're used to taking pictures of everything and just kind of analyzing everything. And so when I went again, it still had a weird tint to it, but it was like a weird color. It had a weird color tint to it, but it was much lighter. But when I wiped, there was blood this time. And so that's when, like, everything was like, okay, no, get up right now, you going to the hospital. So I let Dion sleep, because at this point it was just a little after 2, and usually he wakes up at 3. So I said, let me go ahead and just get in the shower or whatever. So I got in the shower. When I go to the emergency room I go to the Naval Hospital, I'm usually there for a long time. So I like to pack my backpack with something to read, my headphones, a snack, a blanket, because it's cold in there. And so that's what I was doing or whatever, while I tried to let him get as much rest as he could, because I didn't know if he would be wanting to go to the emergency room with me, or if he was going to work, because they have a lot of stuff going on at his job right now. Not that he cares more about work than me. It was just kind of like, it was more of one of these things where, like, I feel like I can handle it. I'll be all right. If you want to go to work, I'm cool. It's up to you, kind of thing. But of course, he was like, no, I'm taking you to the emergency room. So then he got up and wanted to, like, shower and stuff, because after the emergency room, he was gonna go to work. So we get to the emergency room, and you guys, they have me do a urine sample. They get me back right away. First of all, I was the only person there in the ER this night. That's a first. So they got me back immediately or whatever, and the doctor came in. He did an ultrasound just first because he wanted to check baby and everything just to make sure everything was okay. Again, Bo was fine. This is like my third ultrasound in a week. He checked him, he was fine, but I did notice that his heart rate dropped a little bit. So it went from 156 to 150 is what it dropped to, but it's still in normal range, so it's fine. So he was in there moving around, he changed positions just a little bit. Overall, like, he was fine, but I gave a urine sample and they came back and was like, hey, you don't have a UTI or anything like that they can see, but we're going to send it off for a culture like expected. But I did have a lot of blood in my urine and we don't know where it's coming from. When ladies, you guys know what I mean. Like, they don't know which area it's coming from at this point. And I'm not sure because when I was going, I was wiping down, you know, and so I'm not sure exactly at what point the blood got on the tissue. Sorry, I know this is TMI. I kind of started freaking out a little bit because I'm just kind of like, well, what is going on with me? You know, what is happening? They did a vaginal check because they wanted to make sure my cervix was still closed and everything. So they used the speculum. It was painful. It was very painful, which was kind of surprising. I was like, after all this time trying to conceive, doing fertility stuff, you would think I would be used to it, but no, that thing hurt so bad. It just felt like he was pinching me, but my cervix was closed. There was like nothing in my vagina that, kind of alarmed him. They checked the outside of everything. So that was early Wednesday morning. So they just said, we don't know exactly what's going on. We want you to go see OB. This was early Wednesday morning and they wanted me to go on Thursday, the next day, to OB. And so I'm just kind of like, oh Lord. But they gave me macrobid just in case there was something going on that they couldn't find or whatever through the labs that they ran in the ER. So they was like, we'll just rather get you started on something, take Tylenol, that's fine or whatever, get plenty of rest, drink plenty of water, the routine. Thursday rolls around and I go to the OB. And this doctor I see at OB is another new doctor. And that's kind of frustrating for me because it's like, I really just want to see one person, but I get it. I wasn't really scheduled. It was like they were fitting me in. So this doctor everybody's nice, but she was like, they did a culture on your urine. Nothing came back on the urine culture. Nothing came back from, my vagina, but she wanted to just check and do kind of her own thing as an OB because they don't do the same things down in ER, but it ended up being something similar. But she was just like, you had a lot of blood in your urine, and based on what I saw in the notes, I think you might have a kidney stone. So I was like, no. I've had issues before where doctors thought that I had a kidney stone. It wasn't really confirmed or caught or anything, but when you have a kidney stone, this area right here is where you'll have some pain at on either side where your kidneys are, and that's called flank pain. I had none of that. All of my pain was like deep in my lower back. Okay, so I was just like, no. I mean, I'll go in because she wanted to send me for an ultrasound of my kidneys. And fun fact, the last time that I had issues where they were thinking that I had kidney stones is what led us to trying to conceive. I'll have to tell that story another day. So I told her, like, I don't have anything planned. I don't have a job or nothing. Like, I have time to do what I gotta do to make sure everything is okay with my baby. She did another ultrasound. So we're a week. And this is like my 4th or 5th ultrasound. I think I had 5. I think all total, I think I had like 5 ultrasounds in 1 week. But she ended up checking Bo, and his heart rate then moved from, like, in that day, it moved from 150 to 148. And so he was pretty calm, though he wasn't doing as much moving. But I noticed that my blood pressure raised up a little bit more too, and it's higher than what it is for me normally. But it wasn't anything like super duper high or like super concerning or anything. But she ended up doing another speculum checked because she wanted to see my cervix for herself, and she wanted to do extra swabs because you know they have like regular swabs and then swabs with stuff on it. She did all these swabs, looked at stuff under microscopes and stuff. No infection, nothing. And so now we're just all sitting here like, she was like, I don't see any blood in your vagina when I looked in there, so I'm pretty sure it's just in your bladder or whatever, but we can't figure out why you're bleeding, why there's blood if you don't have any kind of infection going on. Like there's no kidney infection, there's no bladder infection, there's no UTI, nothing showing up like infection is happening in my body. And so all I know is I'm in pain. It hurts to walk, it hurts to sit, it hurts to lay, it hurts to take, like everything hurts, okay? And so I'm just kind of like, somebody has to do something. So they did give me another antibiotic because they felt like macrobid wasn't good enough. They wanted something that macrobid kind of calms down bugs if you have infection or something going on. And the antibiotic they gave me was something to kill bugs or what, kill infection or something like that. That's how the attendant explained it to me or whatever. So I started taking that medication or whatever. I've been resting. I've been drinking plenty of water. I got this at Dion's command holiday party that we went to. The Hydro Flask is 40 ounces, so I've been bringing this around with me throughout the house, just kind of drinking as much water as I can get down. I've been doing a lot of laying because they just told me to get plenty of rest, pretty much like just be on bed rest and relax, don't do too much or whatever. And I'm having to go back to the hospital next week or to the doctor's office next week to figure out what's going on because I'm a mystery right now, you guys. So that is what has been going on with me for the last 2.5 weeks. I have been just kind of in pain, struggling, not feeling good. My body hurts, like just struggling physically. I don't know. Emotionally, I have just been kind of like up and down, and my head hasn't been, I just haven't been too much wanting to do anything else, you know. I've just been trying to focus on my health and my baby's health and making sure my health doesn't, you know, start to affect him. Yeah, I just been trying to take it easy, rest and relax. I haven't said anything on social media just because I didn't want to hear anybody's crazy stories or anything like that about their preterm labor experience. I know this, like the platform I created here, I've been sharing my trying to conceive journey or whatever, and we can all talk and everybody wants to share. I get it. But some people just don't have, I don't know, a little bit of, I don't know, I want to say consciousness. I don't know what word I want to say, to just kind of be like, you know what, I'll keep certain stories to myself because it's not very helpful. Like, I don't want to hear about, you know, your lost story at 20 weeks when I'm struggling right now and I'm trying to keep that away, like keep that thought out of my mind. But some people just aren't aware enough to keep those kind of stories to themselves when you're dealing with things. Like I don't want to hear anybody's story. I'm just giving you guys an update on what's going on with me or whatever, but I really am not in the mood. I'm not even sure if I'll have the comments on in this video. If I do end up like just having the comments on in this video, I mean, I don't know how much I'll be interacting and stuff, just depending on what I'm seeing in the comments or whatever. Because, you know, I don't know. I feel like now more than ever, that now that I'm pregnant more than ever, a lot more people want to tell me like their lost stories, and I get it. I'm not dismissing you or your experience or your babies at all, but when I'm in this kind of vulnerable state, it's kind of hard to hear those kind of stories and be dealing with my own stuff at the same time, my own worry and my own concern for my baby. And so I hope that doesn't come off sounding mean or anything like that, but that's honestly like what I feel like right now. I just been trying to stay in a positive mind state, and I do have faith that everything will work out. With that said, I was struggling with having faith in my body's ability to carry this pregnancy full term last week. And so I'm getting a lump in my throat thinking about it. I don't know. It's just kind of been a struggle for me. I've been struggling mentally. I've been struggling physically and emotionally. I've just been crying all the time, and I'm about to cry now. Okay. I had to to take a deep breath, pull it together. But it's just been an emotional process for me. And I've just been struggling. And so I wanted to do like Vlogmas, and share all these things with you guys for this month, but everything just dropped, and everything just kind of went downhill from the beginning of the month. And so I've been just trying to continue moving forward, taking everything a day at a time, trying to stay as positive as I can. I talked to a lot of you guys, even though you had no clue what I've been dealing with behind the scenes. I've given you guys a short, condensed version, but emotionally that I've just dealt with a lot. Physically, I've been dealing with a lot. I'm tired because I cannot sleep at all. I'm functioning off of like 2 and 3 hour naps every now and then. And so it's just a lot. When you can't sleep, your body isn't getting any rest really. So all I can do is just kind of lay around. I can't do stuff for myself like I'm used to being able to do. I can't take care of my house like I'm used to being able to do. It's just a lot. And so I just ask that you guys be a little bit patient with me while I figure out what's going on with my health. But overall with baby, he's fine. I did start working on like the invitations and stuff for my baby shower. I picked a baby shower date. I'm not planning my baby shower, my cousin is, but I wanted to, I guess, help out a little bit. So I was just kind of starting to work on the invitations or whatever. I ordered some invitations, and that is something exciting that's happening. Bo's nursery is coming together nicely. We don't have that much to do in here now. Actually, I've been ordering things for him. I do plan on doing like a video sharing like my baby buy so far. I haven't done a lot of things. A lot of times when I end up trying to do something, I'm on the phone with somebody and they're like, you can't be buying stuff, and I'm just kind of like, I don't want to be waiting to the last minute, y'all. I need to be preparing. I can't be waiting around trying to see what people buy me or buy for baby or anything like that. I'm a planner. I don't like to be caught at the last minute doing anything. And so I wanted to start buying things, building up my like cloth diaper stash, building up like maybe a sock stash, just doing things just to kind of keep my mind set on my end goal, which is delivery day and meeting my baby essentially. So that's what I've been doing. And then on top of that, I'm in school and stuff too, and I had some projects and stuff that had due dates and stuff that I haven't even been able to do. I haven't checked my emails or nothing like that. Like I really need to start kind of doing some things. It's just my mind couldn't think about doing nothing else but focusing on what is happening here. So yeah, it's just been rough over the last 2.5 weeks for me, and I don't like to drag down anybody. It was like high and low, and I kind of felt good after I got good news, and I was like, oh yeah, everything is fine. And then it was just kind of like, no, it's not. I think that's all though for my 18th and 19th week pregnancy update. I'm not sure how long this video is gonna be, but I'll give you guys a bump shot. I am in pajamas. It's like midnight right now when I'm recording this video, so I was like, let me record something. But I'm in these very cozy pajamas. I got these from Nordstrom's. They're so soft. They're so soft. They're the Nordstrom brand pajamas. It's a top and pants set. It feels so good on my skin. I like Sundays to be like my self-care day, and so yeah, I just kind of treated my skin. I dry shampooed my hair because I refuse to put any water on it right now. So I dry shampooed my hair. I'm gonna put it up before I go to bed, but I wanted to record this video so that I could get something up for you guys and let you guys know like what's going on. I haven't even decorated for Christmas, you guys. I haven't even thought about anything for Christmas, honestly. Me and Dion already agreed that we weren't buying anything for Christmas. All we were doing is just focusing on finishing the nursery and buying things for baby. That's all we're working on over here. I'm resting. I'm relaxing. I'm around on Instagram and Facebook. If you guys follow me there, I hope you guys are all doing well on your journeys and stuff. I know I haven't talked to a lot of you in a long time. A lot of you I only talked to on YouTube, but I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you guys for all of the love, all of the support that you guys are continuously pouring into my channel. Like, I appreciate it so much. I really do, you guys. Before I go, let me give you a quick bump shot. You guys I don't even have a tripod. I have you guys on a little table with 2 candles stacked with my camera on top of it. But let me give you a bump shot. All right, so here is baby Bo from the front. A little basketball, you guys. I think since you've seen me last, it's gotten bigger. Here is Bo from the side. And then here's this side, and I'll do this. Show my bare skin. Let me tuck it a little bit. I guess now I can tell like my stomach does look like it sits a little low. But there's this side. Here is Bo from the front. My line is coming up here, you guys. And then here is baby Bo from this side. And these pants, let me tell you, are so comfortable. Lord, this chair is so comfortable. I got it from Target. If you can see it a little bit, I think this is like the only one that they usually like have in the stores, at least around here they do. Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen the dresser. This is a dresser, or some of the dresser that Dion refinished for the nursery, and I'm not sure if this plant is staying over here or not. It's just kind of there right now. Bo is just fine. He is a big boy. He is a big boy, and can't wait to meet him. And we are very excited to be parents finally. Like, it's so nice. Oh, that's another thing. Like, his kicks have, at the end of my 19th week, even though like, okay, I'll show you. Let me stand up. Down here is where I'm having like all of the pain at. And Bo likes to sit down there, and he's kicking my uterus and stuff down there. My pelvis is like so tender, and his kicks are getting stronger, and he kicks it and it literally stops me in my tracks. Like, oh my God, it hurts. I mean, I like it because I'm like, okay, yay, hey, that's my baby, and I start talking to him and stuff, but it just hurts so bad. His kicks and stuff, and he were cut off, you guys, so I don't know exactly where I was, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here now so that we can rest. I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately, so if you guys have any suggestions on what I should watch on Netflix, please leave it down in the comment section. I've been watching The Designated Survivor and Call the Midwife on Netflix, and then my cousin recommended The Widow on Amazon Prime or something like that, and then we've been watching The Goldbergs on Hulu. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on some shows I can watch while I'm kind of bedridden, please leave your comments down below. Let me know too how you guys are doing. I want to know all the updates. Let's catch up in the comments. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys, you know, for all the love and stuff. I think that's gonna be the end of this video. I'm gonna read Bo a book from his bookshelf, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.